Well, then we got our final special last minute movie that's not Star Wars related, but it is Lucasfilm. As we mentioned, it is Indiana Jones 5. Our new trailer came out for it. We got this from The Hollywood Reporter. Here's a quote. It says, littered in classic indie moments, the trailer and footage featured tuk-tuk races around dusty Moroccan streets, Jones riding a horse through a New York street parade and jumping out of a burning plane with Waller-Bridge, who describes him in the film as an aging grave robber, and a scene with a giant rolling boulder. Keeping the film series' ongoing Nazi theme alive, the story revolves around an ancient device being chased by both Jones and a villain played by Mads Mikkelsen, who says, Hitler made mistakes, and with this I will correct them all. Antonio Banderas also stars in Dial of Destiny. This is the first Indiana Jones feature not to be directed by Steven Spielberg, who helmed 4 installments: Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, and The Crystal Skull. Dial of Destiny picks up with Indiana Jones at age 70. Ford is 80 in real life, and the film will acknowledge that this is an older, warier character. I wanted to follow Harrison's own lead and simply deal with it straight on, Mangold previously told The Hollywood Reporter. It's not just a movie about a hero in his twilight years who is called back into action. It's more than just that his bones might ache. It's that his soul might ache, or that some of his optimism or sense fitting into the world might have evaporated. So we're going to get an even more depressing Indiana Jones. How delightful is that? Raul, I want to hear your thoughts, because I know you mentioned you had some thoughts about all this.
Well, I mean, it's very well on record that Raiders of the Lost Ark is my favorite film of all time. I love the Indy series, all 3 of them, and I am really, I'm looking forward, ever since I heard that James Mangold was taking over doing Indy 5. I've one of the things I'll say, the first trailer, I had certain issue. It looks fun. It looks like, but it just didn't feel like indie to me, because it didn't have that grit that I feel like an indie film usually has. And the fourth one definitely didn't have that. That was one of the reasons I had a problem with Crystal Skull. It just felt too clean and CGI-ish and whatever. And so I'm not feeling that with the trailers in this one, especially because I had it in my head that, well, James Mangold's directing it. He's done like Westerns. He's done Logan. I mean, those movies have like a gritty look to them, you know, even just from a cinematography standpoint. So that was my thoughts on the first trailer. I'm still hoping it's going to be good. Second trailer, odd musical choices. The I was not expecting. So the trailer starts and then they play "Sympathy for the Devil," Rolling Stones, over it.
Yeah,
I that was an odd musical choice, and I don't know. I feel like if and then midway through the trailer they do like the mashup, right? They start to bring the indie theme into "Sympathy for the Devil," and it made it even worse for me. I was like, no, this does not fit at all. This is not a good mashup if that's where you're trying to go. I think if I were to take the music out of it and just look at the imagery, it looks really fun. And it gets me excited just looking at what's. I just think they should have done something different with the music. Just give us the regular indie theme. Just give us the plain full-blown indie theme. Well, you don't gotta overthink it with the 60s music. I get it. It takes place in the 60s. Why do you gotta put Rolling Stones in there? It's just like, it's so jarring because that's not what you think of when you think of indie, you know? So it was just weird. It just caught me off guard. And I'm sure maybe with different music, it would have worked better for me. But I don't know. I'm still holding out hope that it's going to be good. That was just really it. It was just the music.
Funny enough, I think Harrison Ford would also be like, why the hell are we listening to this Rolling Stones crap?
Yeah.
You know that's definitely what Indiana Jones would say.
He'd be lighting a doobie, though. Like, oh, man, this brings me back.
Yeah.
That's the devil's grass.
Remember my college days. High school days.
Ted, how about you? How do you feel about this new trailer?
I'm there's this one shot that really bothers me that they keep using. It's where he rears up on this horse.
Yeah.
And it's just like the fakest face, like possible. Like, here I am. That's like the worst deep fake I've ever seen. Like,
even the de-aged Harrison Ford shots look better than that shot.
Yeah. Like, I'm fine with those shots. It's just like they keep using it, and it's just like, okay.
Just get rid of it in the trailer.
but I hope that this is good. Obviously, got burnt by the last one.
Right.
You know, the CGI monkeys with Shia, and then the fridge, the nuke, you know, surviving in a fridge, and then the UFOs. Like with UFOs, now it's a sci-fi. I just, you know, okay, let's stick to like what we know. Nazis, yes.
Yeah.
Like, there's supernatural elements, but like not sci-fi. So I think that this seems like a return to form. And I hope it sticks the landing, but you know,
what
I'm
is
hurt, so guarded?
What is the MacGuffin in this? What is the Dial of Destiny?
I think it's going to be time travel, and because that's why the guy's like, oh, I could fix Hitler's mistakes.
Right. Well, that makes sense, right? Time travel,
but also, it's from that trailer. It seemed like the way he's like, I've been looking for this all my life. And maybe he wants to fix something in his past. I'm not sure what exactly. Yeah. But like what I see, I mean, I've been hearing inklings of like people who have seen the movie. They weren't great, but like I'm not gonna get my hopes up because like time travel can be wonky.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hoping like those scenes we saw in the past are just flashbacks and not them going back to do something,
because now we're going back to sci-fi again rather than just like religious relics.
That's where it's strongest.
Exactly.
Those movies, it wasn't, you know, otherworldly. It was this world, and it's, you know, unleashing ancient evil or something, you know.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm worried, because it's time travel. But also
time travel. Okay, now I'm not excited at all.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Plus,
I had no idea. Oh, that's what the dial is. Yeah.
Plus, the goddaughter situation. I thought she was the daughter of the British guy from the original trilogy.
Is he not? I thought so.
Apparently from that trailer, her dad is I forget the actor's name, but he's on the train who accidentally shoots Indy on the train.
Toby Jones' character?
Yes, Toby Jones. So Toby Jones is, unless he's playing another version of that character, like Marcus is the name of the character. But I don't know the name of his character in this. So this could be a completely new character, which I'm like, well, then there's no really nostalgic, like, why is the god, you know?
I thought she was supposed to be Marcus's daughter. I don't know where I don't know why I thought that. Did I make that up or
no? Because she's British. And he's
British. Simply because she's British.
That's simply why,
That's what happens with British people.
Imagine Short Round taking off his cap, his baseball cap, and then putting on the Indy hat, and he becomes the new. I'd be like,
55-year-old new Indiana Jones character.
Hey,
Harrison Ford's in his 80s.
Do you guys think Hitler's mistake was that his paintings were all wrong, and that's why Mads Mikkelsen's gonna go back in time?
He's gonna go back and correct.
He's like A+.
He's like, if you just dab right here on the blue, your paintings will be perfect. Makes him stop the war. Like, the war is over. No World War II.
No one bought his paintings because they sucked.
No.
He could have been much richer.
So much richer. I will help him. Now, last question, though, is what do you guys think Antonio Banderas is doing in this movie? Like, what is the big
He
deal
has a
with him?
ship that gets him to the place where they need to go. He's like, Indy, I'm glad to see you, and then we'll take you to your destination. That'll be it.
And then you get the map with the boat traveling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're definitely going to have a map scene, yeah.
And Antonio Banderas gets to do it. What a great man.
Well, I mean, I would assume he might tag along for a bit. Maybe he'll get into a fight, because I think they would use him in that sense, because he does a lot of action stuff that he can be useful in a, brawl of some sort. So I don't know. We'll see if that comes into play.
I just, man, I hope it's good. I really do. It's hard. Like you said, Ted. I've been burned. I've been burned with Crystal Skull, and Raiders is like my favorite movie of all time. So it holds a very special place in my heart. So I'm very nervous, but at the same time, I'm excited because I know it's James Mangold. But at the same time, I'm just holding my breath.
Raul, that's just the thing, man. You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith in James Mangold, all right? This man has made so many incredible movies. Okay, Logan, the Rush one, that's the
other one.
The other one, you know the ones.
Ford v Ferrari.
It's gonna be incredible.
He's
And,
a golden goose. That's why his last name.
I will say, Logan, like that's him stepping into an existing property and giving us something totally new.
Yeah.
And so, if that is a framework, then
Yeah.
I have faith.
Well,
in it.
he's
It's a
starting- he
no-brainer
did the-
that he's gonna end up doing a new Star Wars movie.
Well, he
for
also
that
did the
reason.
Wolverine. I mean, that was his first movie with.
Oh yeah,
Wolverine.
that was.
The Wolverine where
So
they
he's
go
hit
to.
and miss, is what you're saying.
Japan.
We don't talk about that one.
So he missed
Actually,
with the Wolverine.
6-1. Who cares?
I actually
Logan.
like the Wolverine. I thought that.
I did too.
6-1. 6-1. It's fine. The ratio's good.
No, Logan.
How
Well, then-
much? Well, how do you think with this jumping back to the Star Wars movie that Mangold's doing? Do you think we'll see Hugh Jackman show up?
No.
He's worked with Hugh Jackman 3 times because he also directed Kate and Leopold.
Oh, what would be great if he brings in Patrick Stewart to Star Wars, because from Star Trek to Star Wars.
He goes, "May the Force be with you," and just does the Star
Or-
Trek hand signal.
Yeah. Or if
That's how he force pushes. He pushes with his Star Trek hands.
Patrick Stewart gets to be like a C-3PO type.
Oh, that'd be pretty
He'll
cool.
just be like, I don't believe. No, I don't do a Patrick Stewart.
Is that
so-
Alfred
Working
from
the Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, that's my
Knight?
There you go.
I'm Judge. I was in Star Wars, and we were only supposed to blow the bloody doors off, but the whole space, we get sucked out.
I failed you. I failed you, Captain Kenobi.
6 years.
6 years old.
No,
Well,
people
then-
don't know that.